Ready? Resolution 2317.
Governing body of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing and granting an execution of a first right of refusal, a notice of first right of refusal to Mitsubishi Chemical Group.
Council Rock O'Neill, City of Evanston Community Development Department. This is just with Mitsubishi Chemical Carbon Fiber Group for the last 30 or so years, 25, 30 years, east of their current facilities.
April 22nd, 19. Right of refusal.
I know that we've renewed it once in my. Doesn't sell it to them. It doesn't. It just gives them the right to. Offers. We get other offers on the property, but it gives them the first right to purchase that property if they want to. So I don't think it's a bit. Is there introduction on this resolution? Mr. Lynch, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Lynn seconding.
I think someday they really are going to do something like that.
I hope so.
I keep hearing little rumors, and I probably it'd be nice to see them expand a little bit.
Yeah.
That'd be their second expansion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be their second.
Yeah. Any further discussion? If there's no more, all in favor say aye. Aye. Are there any opposed? That's approved. Thank you, Rocco. Resolution 2318. Ms. Kirby, read that title for us, please.
This is a resolution approving and authorizing the final plat for the Yellow Creek Edition, a subdivision more particularly described herein.
Thank you. Mr. Jacobson.
So this subdivision is located just within the far southwest quadrant of the city. I have the aerial map here showing location. So it's this yellow block in the subdivision. It's the ranch subdivision, Yellow Creek Road, Arrowhead Drive, Evanston Regional Hospital. Give you an idea where the subdivision is. So what's being proposed is they're looking at re-subdividing lots 22 through 20 ranch at Evanston Phase 1 into 12 lots. And here's the plat that's been submitted. There is one small revision I'd like to note just right off the get-go. There is the plat that you received in your packet. It describes the easement along the Sundance Avenue, that 5-foot easement, as a utility and drainage easement. That easement also includes the sidewalk, and the plat that will be filed with the county will reflect that as a sidewalk easement as well. So what's being proposed, like I said, is there are presently 6 lots, and they're proposing to split that into halves each lot. Sized lots 2 through 12 are sized the same at let's see, 0.079 acres or 3,004. You got the larger lot, Lot 1, which is 4,000 square, just over 4,000 square feet. This property is located in a medium-density residential established zoning district, so there is a minimum lot size per dwelling unit, and which is 3,000 square feet. These lots are proposed to be developed with duplexes. And I'll kind of go through the easements. There are existing easements, and they're showing in this kind of orangey pink color around the perimeter of the property. Those easements are carried through from the previous subdivision to this one. There is an addition of a 7-foot power easement, which is showing line or bar along the Sundance Avenue. So I believe that easement has probably been already recorded with the county with a separate agreement. It's just reflected on the plat as well. Go ahead and, so here's what's being proposed. As I, dwelling units, 6 duplexes, if you want to look at it that way. There are presently 6 services, water and sewer services to the lots. So 6 additional water and sewer services will need to be added. Those new services are indicated in the colored lines that I've provided on the map. Let's see, the City Subdivision Review Committee has reviewed this subdivision, and I do have, they have not, their concerns have been addressed with the plat submittal. I have a recommendation in the staff report. Staff recommends approval of the final plat subject to 4 conditions. So, number 1, new water and sewer services shall be installed per the direction and approval of the City Public Works Department. The length of the subdivision per city standards. The sidewalk shall be installed along the front of occupancy for each duplex. And number 3, complete item 1 prior to the mayor and city clerk signing the final plat. That's the installation of the water and sewer. A reproducible Mylar copy of the final plat to the city once it's been recorded. There, go ahead and advance to. I did include a couple of the drawings that the applicant has submitted. So he is proposing kind of a tight neighborhood, small streets. So our city code does require that be required that is not located within the front yard area. So this, what he has submitted in the proposal does comply with all zoning ordinance regulations.
Dwayne, this area just, the area of the original subdivision there that's now being re-subdivided immediately north of this, those lots, none of that has been built out. Am I right? Have I got my?
You're correct.
Do they have? Are there any plans to continue this kind of an effort into those other lots? Has there been any discussion there?
Presently, there are no plans to build that out yet.
Okay.
So you keep saying duplex, so that would be a building, and the addresses would be A and B for each one.
So the city building official assigns addresses, and they'll likely assign an address for each unit.
For each
space,
unit.
yeah.
So it'd be more of a twin home would kind of describe what.
Each one will be on its own lot, and each one can be individually sold. The person that's looking at this,
Each one would be deeded as a living unit.
yes,
The lot line would effectively come down the middle of that
Yes.
duplex, right?
So let's say, is that normal on a twin home to have that lot line go right down the middle of it? Is that normal?
that's typical.
That's typical.
Right down the middle.
Okay.
You know that. Okay.
And it's a permitted use.
Yeah, that seems, okay.
So
Okay.
duplex is a permitted use in that zone.
You get two different colors of roofs, two different colors of houses
Yeah, I was gonna say, you get some weird stuff looking as they start doing improvements to change it, but
as they're sold off.
that's the way it is in Twin Ridge?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, those are all separate lots.
A quick question
Please.
just for my that it's going into,
For the,
the surrounding subdivision.
yeah,
Yeah, late,
platted back in the 80s.
Late 80s,
I don't have the
early
exact
90s.
year, but it would have been in the
I-
80s.
So just to make sure the underground utilities, probably better for you, is the sewer and the water, we're all set up for the extra, as well as what the mayor was mentioning behind that. We're good to go with the extra. I see the
There's
nod.
existing services there already, we just need to add a few so that each one has an individual.
Okay.
is there an introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce with the motion to pass.
Mr. Sellers? Is there a second? Mr. Lynch? Any discussion? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That's approved. Thank you, Lorraine. Ordinance 2302. Ms. Kirby, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is the first reading of an ordinance approving and authorizing a zone change from property in the city of Evanston, Wyoming, from community business developing to business light manufacturing redevelopment, as requested by J.G. Brothers and of the landmark particularly described herein.
I'll sponsor this.
Okay. Mr. Perks will be our sponsor.
This is the ordinance that we brought before the council towards, I believe it was December of last year. And then it failed on second reading coming into January of this year. The applicant had originally proposed a larger area to be rezoned. He has had second thoughts on develop larger lots along the top of the hill, just outside of that that highlighted area that's shown on the map. So he has reduced the area that he would request a rezone. It changed in the master plan. That area is about 11 acres. So this, the proposed area to be rezoned is located on the north side of West Cheyenne and West Cheyenne Drive. Overthrust Road is located to the west with exit 3 shown on the aerial photo here. And continuing on over towards the east, you have Yellow Creek Road in the intersection with Cheyenne Drive. You got Smith's Food King, some commercial retail, a gas station at the LDS Church along that stretch of road, along with the entrance to the high school, and some residential use. And the LDS Church. Property along the north side of West Cheyenne Drive is largely undeveloped. There are some commercial highway business type uses located towards the intersection of West Cheyenne Drive and Overthrust Road. On Prospector Drive is presently zoned highway business. There is vacant across West Cheyenne Drive. That property is owned by the applicant that's proposing the zone change. And some years ago, he had rezoned that property to low-density residential development. So that property is yet to be developed. You do have a public use with the BOCES building located too at the intersection of Overthrust Road. So the Wyoming Department of Transportation has classified the roads for West Cheyenne Drive as a major collector route. Overthrust Road is classified also as a major collector route, and Yellow Creek Road is classified as a minor arterial route. So those roads are designed to handle increased traffic. Go ahead and forward to the comprehensive plan. So currently, the comprehensive plan shows is a land use that serves primarily the traveling public as well as citizens within the community. It's presently shown as highway business from the shopping center located towards Yellow Creek Road and Specter Drive. That's presently zoned highway business. So he is proposing a change to the master plan for that area that's bolded in black line. And go ahead and forward to the zoning map. Oh, well, let me go ahead and, there is one area in the city that's presently zoned business light manufacturing, and that's the area that's shown in the pink area. The area that's just to the north of that pink shaded area, within that orange boundary, we kept that as a highway business zone along the frontage of Bear River Drive. And there was a change to the Evanston comprehensive plan that extended that business light manufacturing use to include the industrial park that you can see here, Riverside Industrial Park. That's just off the map. Those properties have not been rezoned yet to a business light manufacturing use, but our future master plan shows those properties transitioning out to a business light manufacturing use. So that is the only area that's presently zoned with that use. That's also a property that's owned by the applicant that's proposing the change in zoning as well. Go ahead and forward. The current zoning map. It's presently, the property is presently zoned community business developing, and that section is proposed to change out to business light manufacturing. That's highlighted there. There is some additional property that they have just to the west of that. That was originally in the middle last year that we reviewed. That property, I'll point out. This property will remain as community business. Schedule of permitted land uses that I've provided for the council. So, this as well, he believes that the larger lots that can be created to the west would be much better used as a there are some uses that he's looking at for these larger lots, and the business light manufacturing zone just wouldn't permit those type of uses. So with this request, he's pulled those properties. He does. This is a subdivision that will be going forward to the City Subdivision Review Committee, to the City Council. This is a major subdivision that's being proposed, so it will be an ordinance that comes before this body. One in the pink area is the area that they're proposing for the business light manufacturing zone. The purple area is the area outside that will remain community business. I think that's it on the slides. Yes.
Thank you. I guess to me, it's worthy to note, I think you mentioned at the onset, failed here, but I
Yes.
think it's also worthy to mention that that failure wasn't necessarily a vote or a little of a controversy. Mr. Ellingford had changed his plans and asked us to not move forward with it.
He asked
I think
us to
that's
not
worthy
move
to
forward
mention.
with it. He wanted
Questions?
time to
I'm
make
sorry,
sure
go ahead.
he wanted time to make sure that he had it correct and the way he wanted it.
So he's pretty sure of his,
Yes.
I don't mind redoing and rehashing, I just want to, it's just nice to know that something's moving forward.
No.
Proposing access easements across these two lots, center access easements.
See those lines?
Yeah.
Like I said, this has a little ways to go with the subdivision review. It'll need to be reviewed by the fire department, public works, as far as having access with city trucks and the fire trucks and accessing those back lots. So these lots may change somewhat in future subdivision review committee discussion meetings.
I noticed he cleared a lot of snow and stuff down there. Now there's a herd of antelope living there.
Yes, there
They
is.
appreciated that, huh? Okay. We've got a sponsor. Is there a motion to approve ordinance? Mr. Sellers? Is there a second?
No, second.
Mr. Lynn seconding. Any discussion? Are there any opposed? That is approved first reading. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Jacobson. Comments from departments. Police Department. Chief Rennish, you have anything for us tonight? No, sir. Okay. Mr. Barker?
Evanston is going well.
Excellent.
35 people every night.
Beautiful.
Tomorrow night is online for digital marketing, and we also participate in that. And thank you to those who have helped.
Thank you. Thank you. Ms. Lim? Mr. Robinson?
No, sir.
Mr. Ehlers? Ms. Larson, back there, we don't want to exclude you. You'll take part of our meeting. Ms. Harris? No, Your Honor. Ms. Kirby? No, Your Honor. Okay, thank you. To address the council for any reason from the public tonight. If there is not, I guess